My name is Jasmine Okafor. I'm a senior biology pre-med major. I'm from Kansas City, Missouri. I'm on the A-State Spirit Squad. I'm a cheerleader. I'm a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. I'm also a Multicultural Center Ambassador. I'm also an A-State rep, and I'm also part of Campus Outreach. And I also help out with minorities in health professions. I chose cheer because I've cheered my entire life. I've cheered since I was 10 years old, so next year is going to mark 12 years of cheerleading. So that's something that I knew I was going to do when I went to college. There was no other option.
So I've known Jasmine since she was about 15 or 16 years old. I actually had her when I was a staffer for Universal Cheerleaders Association, and she was a high school cheerleader attending camps that I was helping run and running in Missouri. And so I had noticed her whenever she was younger and knew I really wanted her to come to A-State. So I started heavily recruiting her junior and senior year. By her senior year, when I found out she was definitely coming here, we got her to some of our clinics. She came in and was studying around with people and tumbling around during open gym. And then right then I knew this was a place for Jasmine to be at.
Well, I would say being a student athlete isn't easy. Especially, I can't tell you how I do it because I don't know how to do it. I still ask myself how I do it because, I always have practice, and then from practice I go to my different meetings, my events and everything. I'm always going. But I was like that in high school. For me, I never want to miss out on an opportunity of not being able to do something. So even there could be an event that's being held at school, and I'll go to the event even if I show up for 20 minutes, and I'll go to practice because I feel support. So for me, being a cheerleader brought me out of my shell because cheerleading, you have to talk to people, be very bubbly, because believe it or not, 12 years ago I was very in a shell. I did not like to talk to people.
Her being a four-year senior this year, she's getting a lot of responsibilities in that leadership role, and she's someone who definitely keeps the positive environment and just helps kind of build the morale to get to the goals that we need for nationals. We're really pushing for top 3 nationals this year, and just her background with cheerleading, how long I've known her, she's really grown and just expanded her knowledge with cheerleading over the 4 years she's been here. She's willing to change, willing to find things, to adapt to change, to make things work, and I think that really kind of exudes the rest of the team. She's very positive and tries to do best she can for herself and her teammates.
Balancing student athlete, you have to make sure your homework is on time, and we practice late. So we practice 7:30 to 10 p.m. So you have to make sure you get your stuff done. So for me, if that means I have to sacrifice these 2 hours of sleep, that's what I have to do. Because in my head I think okay, I may not be able to sleep now, but I'll sleep later. I get to whatever I do now, I'm gonna enjoy it later, because if I don't do what I gotta do now, someone else is gonna do it, and so I'm gonna miss my opportunity. And I'm not working for nobody else. I'm about to work for myself, so I'm gonna just stay up. So I wouldn't say it's healthy, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. So that means I get 4 hours of sleep today, then I get 4 hours, but I'm doing something I love, so I'd rather do something I love. And if I get wrinkles, they got stuff for it. So, but Miss Essence pageant was actually I didn't want to do it at first because I love talking to people, but for me it's a difference when you talk to somebody, just hanging out, just talking to people, and on a stage giving a presentation or something like that, and then being judged for what you're doing. So the part that made me nervous about Miss Essence was dang, these people are going to judge me. And I already used to have a really bad problem with internalizing my own self-judgments of myself. So because I had to do this pageant where people are literally judging me and using stuff about me to base how I win, I was man, I don't know if I want to do this. This is scary to me because I'm getting judged, and to me I'm dang, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. So what Miss Essence taught me was no matter what somebody might think about you, judge you, you're learning your own self-love, I guess, your own self-worth in a way, because you're okay, they're gonna judge me and I might have messed up, but I know I still think I did good. So it just made me feel more confident in myself and not having to rely on other people's, I guess, compliments or what people say about me to live my life. It just helped me be more okay, you can do this, you can do this, you can get out of in front of these people. They might judge you, but it's okay. My junior year, I put in an application for homecoming cane, and I didn't have the right, something was wrong with my application, so I didn't get to do it. So I was like, okay, well, my senior year, I might try again, but I don't know. And then so many people were like doing it. So part of me was like, man, I don't know if I want to do it because so many people are doing it. Like, but then I was like, I don't want to like not say I did it and then try. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just trying. So I did it, and so I thought it was fun. Like, it's to me, it's like, okay, this is fun. Like, all these people doing it. Like, yeah, you get to like post for everybody, and so I was just like, okay, this is gonna be fun. And so I did it, and then after I like made it to like the next like round, like the top 5 people, I was like, oh, wow, this get real. Okay, so okay, this is fun, but I'm gonna actually try to like let me like try to win. Like I want to win, and but also though I was like, but whatever happens, like I know that throughout my whole time at Arkansas State, like I was nice to people, you know, like because to me it's like homecoming queen. It's like it's a title, but really for me it's who's the person wearing the title. So like the person underneath that, okay, a lot of people say maybe it's like a popularity contest. Okay, they know the most people, but I don't think it's so much like knowing the most people, but it's like the impact that you left on everybody that you met. So I was really shocked because in the pictures that they have like pictures of me, I was like, they called my, because we were walking out there and my mom was like, you know, I'm proud of you, so like whatever happens, you know, I just want to say I'm proud of you for making it this far, because like they said, there's only been 9 African American women who won homecoming. Like I technically kind of missed when they said my name. Like they were like homecoming queen Jasmine Okafor, and I'm sitting here like to my mom like, and I was like, wait, what? They said my name, but then I like was confused and I looked up and I'm on the screen looking up at the screen like, wait, what? And like I literally like was freaking out. I was like, oh my gosh, like I didn't know how to act. Like I didn't know to cry, I didn't know to scream. Like my mouth just dropped. So I literally was like and they literally caught me like with my mouth open, like going like, I was like, and I like froze. And everyone was like, ah, and my dad's just like, ah. And then I forgot that I was supposed to go in the middle and take a picture. So then I'm just standing there and everyone's like, come on. I was like, oh. And like I ran over there. But it was just like, it was just crazy to me that literally, you know, to me it wasn't like, oh, I know all these people and that's how I won. To me it was like, dang, I feel like I genuinely won because out of everyone, all the people that I've met since I've been at this university, all I've tried to do is be nice to people. And it's not, and it's a difference between being nice and then just like being like nice to people just to get up or like something like that. But like truly being kind to people, because you never know, because there's people that were kind to me, you know, so you never know your impact that you can leave on somebody.
John Mark Horton is the 2017-2018 Homecoming King. He was not able to meet, but he did have these things to say about Jasmine. I have known Jasmine for about a year now. I met her last semester during the NPHC basketball tournament. I love that Jasmine always has an upbeat personality. She's constantly smiling and laughing, which just makes everyone around her in a better mood. She's so personable and really cares about what other people's opinions are. And her organizations that she's involved in, she listens to what others have to say when it comes to controversial topics around campus being brought up, and she gives great advice and really makes people feel like their opinion and questions are valued, which is a great quality for anyone to possess. I am extremely happy that Jasmine received the honor to represent A-State as the homecoming queen. She is a role model to a lot of students here at A-State, and she treats everyone with great respect. That's exactly why the student body voted for her, because she genuinely cares about the people in her life and makes an effort to go out and speak to them. She's very deserving of this, and I am, still am, honored to have the opportunity to stand by her side.